Welcome back to the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. If you need a roof, make sure you call Ireland Contracting, 1-800-NEW-ROOF. They not only do roofs, they do gutters, they do siding, they do windows, they do it all. Make sure you call Ireland Contracting, 1-800-NEW-ROOF. Give us a call right now on the Borders and Borders hotline, 412-575-2600. Game 1 of the NBA Finals is going on right now. It's all tied up at 73. Ron, do you think people in Pittsburgh root for Cleveland?
No, I don't think. I don't know that they root for Cleveland. There's the LeBron factor, maybe a little bit. I don't think they'd be outraged if Cleveland wins again. They won 2 years ago. I don't give them a whole lot of chance. I think Golden State is really good compared to Cleveland. 3 years ago it was Golden State, then Cleveland, then Golden State. I think it's going to be Golden State 3 out of 4.
I'm rooting for the Cavs. You know, they're not that far away. I don't have a problem with Cleveland.
Yeah, but you're rooting for a lot of Cleveland. Cavalier fans are Browns fans.
Yeah,
and you hate Browns fans.
You got to
hate
Browns fans, right? All right, let's go up to the phone lines. We got Chuck out in Crafton. How you doing, Chuck?
Yeah, Rich, fine. A dumb question, I guess you might call.
No question. It's a dumb question.
Okay. With the salaries of the Pirates' first and third base coaches, do they have other responsibilities other than coaching first and third during the game?
Yeah, they work with the players. They work on infield drills. I don't know how it's broken down. One group's responsible for the infielders, the outfielders. Those guys put in a lot of time for the money they work.
Barty's the outfield coach. Cora, works with the other guys in the infield. Also, one of the guys, base running's coach. I don't know who divvies up what, but I know Barty.
All I know is they're there very early and they leave very late. They put in a lot of hours.
Just like the Steelers guys, they put in a lot of hours too over there. And Steelers, mandatory.
That's why people say, oh, the coaches, these guys, these star players should become coaches. They don't want to work those kind of hours for that kind of pay. By comparison,
yes,
it's not even close.
That's what I was curious. The players get so many millions. I was wondering if they're in the millions with their salaries.
Nope, not at all.
Not even close. And that I appreciate it. That doesn't even factor into the salary of the players, what they give those guys. But you made me think of something right now, Ron. And I was discussing this with Josh the other day when he was here, and we were talking about, do you think the Steelers' offense might take a hit with the fact that Randy Fichtner is now offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach? Do you lose something there? I don't think you do because you have a veteran group and you have a Ben Roethlisberger, but what about for the younger guys?
Yeah, I definitely think, Ben doesn't need a quarterbacks coach, but you got a young kid in Dobbs that was a draft choice last year. You got Mason Rudolph coming in this year. I would think you need a quarterbacks coach. You got 2 linebackers coaches. You got coaches everywhere. Why not at the most important position on the field? I never understood that.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. I like the fact that he gets promoted to offensive coordinator.
Oh, I have no problem with that, but you need somebody to replace him, I think.
I do too, because I think now, Fichtner is now going to be turned.
He's not responsible. He's responsible for the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to hurt them because of Ben.
Need a quarterbacks coach, but the other guys, it wouldn't hurt.
I think so too. I definitely think so too. So, it's the second week of voluntary coaching sessions over on the south side right now, and no Ben, no AB this week, and we talked about this yesterday, Ron. I don't think that's a big issue, those guys not being there, especially because now you see a guy like Jared Hawkins gets hurt with a quad injury. He could be potentially on the IR, but this gives an opportunity for some of the younger guys like the rookie Chuck Okafor.
Yeah, I don't care that Ben and Antonio aren't there. I really don't. They'll all be there for mini camp in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
that's mandatory. Everybody will be there, but Le'Veon Bell, who can't be there unless he signs his contract, and they'll all be at training camp. I don't care that they're not at the OTAs at this point.
All right, switching subjects back to the Pirates, and excuse me, Jung Ho Gung being his first professional game tomorrow. He's playing for Class High A Bradenton. From reading what the Pirates are saying, he's going to get, 15 games and potentially see where he is and then being called up. Do you expect to see him in July-ish here?
I guess. I hope not. I'm not in favor of bringing him back. I'm all for giving people first chances, second chances. I don't know that I give this guy another chance. I like what Moran is doing at third base. I don't know where you're going to put him. I'm sure, they look at him as an asset. If he can show he can still hit some home runs and hit with some power. I'm sure they'll find a spot for him, but I'm not in any hurry to see him.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn on this. You want to put the best team out on the field, but what he's done, how many chances are you going to get him? He could have hurt someone. Gene made hurt himself. Gene made a good point that, maybe the Pirates are just getting him ready to maybe they'll try to move him.
Maybe. I mean, the guy's a good player if he's right, but it's been a long time since we've seen him be a good player. I like his defense. I like the fact that he has some pop in his bat, but I'm not real eager. I like what Moran's doing at third base. I think he's been really good. He's a rookie, and I think he's going to get better.
So where does he fit in other than third base? You're not going to play him at short. Maybe next year. I don't know.
Mercer's going to be gone. Yeah. I don't know what they're going to do with Josh Harrison at second base. Maybe there'll be a place for him next year, but I'm thinking right now I don't see a spot for him.
Yeah, I don't either. But if this team is in contention, which they are for the second wild card, and it's early, at what point you got to try to figure out, is this a legit team, or are they just hot right now? I think my barometer is midway through the season.
Yeah, so, I mean it's not even June yet, almost, but it's not yet. They lost 9 out of 11. Now they've won 2 in a row. Let's see if they can keep it up.
All right, well, we got to take a break. Back with some of your phone calls. 412-575-2600 is the number. Give us a call right here on the Bordas and Bordas hotline for the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. Back in a couple minutes.